first time I cross-dressed, which was when I was in elementary school. And so I want to talk about the very second time that I ever cross-dressed because to me this is really what solidified it. At the time I was in high school, and so we had, of course, homecoming week. And normally during homecoming week, there's a list of activities that people get involved in. And, one of the days that was scheduled for homecoming week was Twin Day. And that was a day, where people dress up and look alike and walk around school and take pictures and all those kind of things. Well, I came up with this great idea that why not do this whole like gender twin thing. So a friend of mine at the time, her name was Javon. If she sees this, I hope she does, because she'll remember that moment. Um, she came as a boy and she came as me, so I brought my clothes for her to try on clothes, and then I was going to come as her, but we were going to be matching, almost like we were a couple, right? And unfortunately, me and her don't have the same shape, but it was okay because I went into my sister's closet. I took a few things, I tried them on, which, if you know this story, I had already been going to my sister's closet. And I was like, okay, this is the outfit that I'm gonna wear. Like, we're gonna be color coordinated. I had brought like some khakis and a Tommy Hilfiger shirt that had like burgundy and cream in it, and then she had gotten me a khaki skirt with I had a cream undershirt, and then I had this really cute burgundy vest that was kind of like knitted that I wore over on top. I borrowed my sister's bra, filled it up with water balloons, because I wanted to have a little Cleveland. At the time I was wearing my hair really short, and Eve and all of them had kind of already solidified the little ball fade that I was wearing. My ears weren't pierced, so I didn't necessarily have on earrings, but I was giving it. I didn't have on any makeup or anything like that. It was literally just the clothes themselves, because it's high school and I was young and I didn't understand all of that. Plus I knew my parents weren't going to accept it. So the way I got out of the house is because I caught the school bus to go to school, high school. The way I got out of the house is I wore this big overshirt and I wore these like track pants, Oh, I forgot to mention that me and Javon wear the same shoe size. So she gave me a pair of big chunky wooden platform heels. Really cute, really cute. And so I got on the bus. Now, my parents didn't know what I was doing. That's obviously why I walked out of the house dressed like I was going to a track meet. But everybody at school knew, because I had kind of told people what my idea was, and everybody was like, oh, yeah, that's a great idea. I can't wait to see what you do. Can't wait to see what you do. And so on the bus, I stripped out of the clothes that I had on, and it was this like huge cheer of everybody like supporting me. And I obviously went to school dressed that way, and all the teachers and everything were completely supportive of it. Not only were they supportive, but like they were bringing other teachers in to see what I was doing. One of my teachers gave me a lesson on how to sit because I was sitting with very unladylike. And he was letting me know that he could see my unladylike parts from the front of the class. And it was a great day. It was a great day. Word spread around school what I was doing, and so everybody wanted to see who this person was that had decided to do this whole gender bend approach to Twin Day. And so the yearbook committee was like literally trying to track me down. I got word that they wanted to take a picture of me, and so they were staking out the lunch periods to get pictures of people to put into the yearbook. And they had been begging me like practically all day to take a picture, and I didn't want to take a picture because I was afraid that my parents would see it or that somebody would find out, and I didn't want to be outed, even though everybody around me was very supportive, like my friends and everybody in school. I just felt like I knew my parents weren't going to be supportive, and I just didn't really want to deal with that because at the time, my parents were Jehovah's Witnesses, practicing Jehovah's Witnesses, and so this was like completely unheard of. But the yearbook committee did not give up. And so when lunch period came, they nagged. And so finally I agreed. The entire lunchroom went up cheering for me. I did a couple of poses, and I did end up in the yearbook. And looking back on that, I'm so happy that that was such a pleasant experience. Like, I'm so happy that I had so many people who didn't know me that were extremely supportive of me just being creatively myself and not questioning who I was or what my identity was or how far I wanted to go with it. It just felt really good. And now to kind of live in that truth, of being myself, accepting myself, and knowing that some people find this very weird, some people find this very different, some people are told that this is wrong, some people have been led to believe that I'm some type of abomination for wanting to go against what is considered the norm for what self-identity is. And people even drop down in the comment section and be like, oh, so if I put on a dress and makeup, then I'm a she, I'm a girl. And I'm like, you listen. It's called self-identity, okay? And what self-identity means is that you determine who you are, not anybody else. I can take your opinion of me. That's perfectly fine. But at the end of the day, it's my opinion of me that matters. It's my opinion of me that's the mental health that I have to deal with. And so whether or not you agree with what I'm doing makes no difference to me. Whether or not you are happy about the decisions and choices that I make no difference to me, because those are not my feelings. My feelings are about me living in my happiness. My feelings are about me living in my truth. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, would you rather me not dress this way and then be a perpetrator or a hypocrite to how I really feel about what's going on in the world, about what really needs to be attracted to me, as opposed to somebody being attracted to a mask that I feel like I have to wear because nobody's going to accept me for being myself? It's not about anybody else accepting me for being myself. It's about me accepting myself first, because if I can't accept myself first, then nobody will ever be able to accept me, and I'll never be able to stand on what it means for me to be happy. So yes, I am very grateful for my high school experience of deciding to cross-dress at school and it being so much acceptance, there being so much love from people that I don't know, because now when I encounter people who do have a problem with it or don't like it, I know for a fact that they are not the only person that exists in the world. And I know for a fact that there are plenty more people that are supportive of it, that understand that unconditional love is just loving somebody for being happy, loving somebody for being brave enough to admit not only to themselves, but to the world who they are. And I can understand why you want to cut down that authenticity, because authenticity up until this point has been a set of rules and guidelines that you've been expected to follow, either because of your faith or what your parents have taught you. But at the end of the day, these trees, I say it all the time, these trees, the sun, the sky, the rain, there's no guidebook for them. They just do what makes sense to them, or do whatever it is that they were meant to do. So why can't you do the same? Why can't you be yourself? Why can't you express yourself the way that you want to express yourself and not be concerned about what other people are going to say? Because they're always going to have something to say. And realistically, if you're going to say anything, I want to see how you define my happiness, because now I know how you define your self-hatred.